Let's go ahead now and paint the cover of the Hufflepuff journal. Hufflepuff, and I'm using this card stock from Wizard World as an example. And if you count through them, every single house has 5 colors. Hufflepuff's colors are a mid-yellow and a deep yellow, a mid-silver and a deep silver, and a black. So I've gone through my paints and I found a deep yellow and a yellow ochre, a metallic silver and a dolphin, and I got the black. So what I thought we would do is try and make the Hufflepuff journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off first with the deep yellow. And I thought that I would leave this one gessoed to show you perhaps like how many layers it takes. So if you have a look here, see how the paint is soaking straight into the cardboard here, and it just loses its luster and the yellowness, like it looks almost like greenish. So it's really I'm going to struggle through this one. This one's the only one that is not gessoed, but I thought it was a good reminder for myself and for you to always just do a little bit of gesso. I flipped it over now and I'm ready to do the inside, and the inside is even more absorbent than the outside was, and I just couldn't do it to myself. So what I did was I covered these with gesso, and I thought I'd leave a little window here just to show you the difference in one that's got gesso and one that doesn't, and how better gesso is for your mixed media projects. So look at how this looks almost greenish, and it doesn't really give a true yellow color compared to a gessoed background. And I don't know if this is going to ruin anything, and I think maybe what I'll do is, once I've dried this layer, I'm going to leave it quite a thin layer, and we'll apply gesso just to make it match, or this will look like a funny thing. I flipped over, and this was such an awful greeny gray yellow color that I actually ended up putting gesso on it in like this haphazard motion, and then I went ahead and added yellow once again, and it came up with this beautiful colored, like textured front cover. So I really quite like it. You know, in the beginning I was doing these beautiful lines and making it all smooth, and we don't want any of that. It's nice to have it looking a bit mottled, a little bit textured. It's kind of dry, but I can feel that it's wet, you know, when it's touch dry, but the inside, the core is still wet. So I'm a bit dubious whether or not I should keep going, but I really wanted to get this done. So I'm now going in with a little bit of yellow, deep yellow ochre, and I'm just going to dry brush really lightly. Say this is the cover, so I'm just gonna go really lightly along the edges, and we know that doing this really frames your work nicely, so I'm just gonna do that. Here we go. So this is the front cover and this is the inside cover. Now, did it matter that there was a window there? It doesn't matter at all. I was so worried about it. And then this way here as well, I was like, oh, it's looking a little bit greenish gray. The yellow is not perfect. I need to add gesso to it. Look, does it matter? It really doesn't matter. So that's my lesson to learn, and hopefully you see how silly it is to worry, right? So from here, I want to go ahead and try to add some elements to the cover and try to design it a bit better. What I was thinking, so I have this really extra thick ropey kind of yarn, and what I was thinking was to create like a concentric circle here. And then this can be the silver and the black. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna, you know when you have something in your head and you don't know if it's really gonna work? So this is what I'm doing now. I just want to have a look and see if this is going to work for me.